When we think of successful actors, we picture people who become famous in their 20s and continue to be famous for the rest of their lives. This is often the case, but sometimes a person who did not even start acting until much later in life finds success. Despite the late start, they've found success and proved to all of us that there is really no age limit to follow your dream. This list is not about people who struggled as actors in their 20s and 30s and then became famous. These are people who lived their lives, raised family, worked jobs they didn't like, and then started following their dream later in life. Now, there are many people like this, and we can't include them all in the list, so here is just a brief selection of some of those great individuals. Let's begin. John Mahoney. He may be best remembered as Frasier's dad on Frasier, but John Mahoney didn't start pursuing acting until he was around 40. Mahoney had spent most of the previous years as an editor of a medical journal. Dissatisfied with his life and his career, he quit his job and began to pursue acting full-time. Beginning in 1977, he acted heavily on stage, and in 1993, at the age of 53, he got his breakout role on Frasier. Katherine Justin. An inspiration to many, Justin spent most of her life working as a psychiatric nurse in Chicago. It wasn't until she was 42 that she decided to try acting at her community theater. From those humble beginnings, she began to get more and more roles, and 17 years later, she landed the role of Mrs. Landingham on The West Wing. She would then pick up the role of Karen McCluskey on Desperate Housewives, for which she won 2 Emmy Awards. She would die 20 days after her Desperate Housewives character died on screen. May Laborde. Born on May 13, 1909, she lived 9 decades before deciding she wanted to be an actress. It was not until 2002, when she was 93, that she decided to start taking acting classes. Previous to this, she spent most of her life working, including as a bookkeeper. And despite her late start, she still found success on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where she had a reoccurring role as Gladys. Murray Gershens. Spending his life as an entrepreneur, Murray did not start acting until he was 79, and he would go on to star in many popular shows including Modern Family, Parks and Recreation, and Will and Grace. He also had a role in The Hangover. He was also an avid record collector and had a collection of 300,000 records worth $1.5 million. Burt Mustin. Spending most of his life as a salesman, it was not until 1929, at the age of 37, that he began to work in showbiz, starting as an announcer for a radio show. It was not until 1951, when he was in his late 60s, that he actually began to pursue acting professionally. This was after he had officially retired, and was only acting in local stage productions. He would go on to find great success, appearing in 150 film and television productions. Zelda Rubinstein. Born in 1933, she spent most of her life working as a medical lab technician. It was not until 1978, when she was in her late 40s, that she decided to pursue acting as a career. She would earn her first major role on the movie Poltergeist. She would continue to remain active in film and television for many years, until her death at the age of 76 in 2010. Peg Phillips. Born in 1918, she had always wanted to be an actress, even from the age of 4, but through her life she worked many different jobs, including as an accountant. It was not until her 60s that she decided to begin pursuing acting in a professional manner. Her first film performance was on Chase in 1985, and in 1990 she would land the role of Ruth Ann Miller on Northern Exposure. For her work on the show, she would be nominated for an Emmy. Following the show's end, she would appear in a number of other films and television productions before passing away at the age of 84 in 2002. Adeline DeWalt Reynolds. She survived the death of her husband in 1905. She survived the San Francisco earthquake in 1906, and she raised 4 children with little to no money. It should then come as no surprise that this remarkable woman was successful when she decided to make the move to acting. At the age of 64, she became one of the oldest freshmen ever to enroll at the University of California, where she earned a Bachelor of Arts degree 6 years later. At the age of 79, she would make her film debut in the James Stewart film Come Live With Me. On the first day on the set, she was asked if she was tired, to which she responded, "If you had waited 70 years to do something, you wouldn't be tired." She received praise for her role and would go on to film many more movies. Her last film was The Ten Commandments, and her last role of any kind was at the age of 98, making her the oldest member of the Screen Actors Guild at the time. She would die in 1961, 1 month shy of her 99th birthday. So take inspiration from these people, because it's never too late to follow your dream. As one wise man once put it,
do it! Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it! Make your dreams come true! Just do it!